Good evening, everyone. Dan Byler here, along with longtime Westview girls coach Randy Yoder, getting set to bring you Westview girls varsity basketball action here at Westview High School. This is one of those nights where we have a quadruple header going on. Both the boys and the girls junior varsity games have already finished up. So far, Fairfield has won both games tonight. We'll be bringing you the girls varsity game right now, and that'll be followed by the girls varsity game here on the main court here at Westview as well. So Westview coming off of a win last night, 37-30 over Elkhart Christian, an 8-12 record overall, 4-4 in the conference, battling number 8 in 3A in the state, Fairfield, with a 19-2 record overall, 8-0 in the conference. And their only losses are to Columbia City and Fort Wayne Snyder, which are both 4A schools. In fact, they have beaten Central Noble twice. The only two losses the Central Noble ladies have suffered this year, and I believe the Central Noble ladies are still ranked number 1 in 2A, even after those two losses to Fairfield. So Westview has the game tonight and then plays Eastside next week. That will finish out the regular season for them on this Sunday afternoon, I believe. There'll be the draw for sectional play coming up, and that'll be starting week after next. The Westview girls will be playing their games at Central Noble again this year, and the Fairfield Lady Falcons will be hosting their own 3A sectional. Tonight's game is brought to you by Weaver Furniture Sales with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. This evening's game is also brought to you by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Call Dale at 260-463-3970. Also by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Ship and Topeka. Stutzman Power Equipment on US 20 West in Shipshewana. By Height Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. By Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Also by Dry Forest Wood Products on County Road 675 West in Shipshewana. By LaGwana, your local creative services provider. By Animal Care Clinic of Topeka, located right across from the Topeka Sale Barn on East Lake Street. Also, avail portable toilet and sink rentals, daily, weekly, or monthly rentals. By Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury. By Topeka Pharmacy, right downtown Topeka at the Blinker Light. Also the Van Buren Hotel at Shipshewana, north of town on State Road 5. By Emma Warehouse, see them for Valspar paint and painting supplies in downtown Emma. And by Ben's Pretzels, located south of Shipshewana on State Road 5. Tonight's game is a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. We'll be right back with tonight's J&R Solutions pregame show after this 30-second timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to you by J&R Solutions, providing unlimited high-speed internet no matter where you live. Call them at 574-349-7673. So Randy, both teams out here warming up, and we talked about it ahead of time that this will be quite a test for the Lady Warriors tonight, won't it?
Absolutely, Dan. This team is for real. They're a veteran team. They start 4 seniors and 1 junior, and they've played together for most of them since they were freshmen, and they had a lot of success last year. They came within a whisker of going to the state finals in 2A. They lost the semi-state, I think, by 1 point, and obviously they bumped up to 3A this year, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, even in this class. I think they can make a long postseason run.
Well, and I think I just had Jerry double-check for me, but now I don't remember if he said it. Oh, yeah, they're number 7 in 3A. So, yeah, odds are they'd be right at the top, potentially. Well, having knocked off the team that is ranked number 1 or has been ranked number 1 in 2A, Central Noble, they've beaten them twice.
Yes.
So you're talking about these girls playing together, the seniors. So looking back at the records over the last several years, so in 2020, Fairfield was 15-10. And then the next year, 14-9, they won sectional that year. And then last year, as you mentioned, of course, to get to semi-state, you have to win regional. So they were 24-4 last year.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, that looks like it's been a pretty good run for Brody Garber's Lady Falcons. Looking at his overall record, he's been at Fairfield since 2013, and looks like he's had a winning record every year except for 2019. So right before these girls came in, he had a 6-16 record.
Yes. Yes. And his daughter is kind of the engine that makes everything run. She originally, I think, signed with the University of Indianapolis, but I just found out that their head coach there's transferring schools, so she decided to transfer. Now she's going to Wesleyan.
Is that where he's going, or is she following that coach, or she just decided to go elsewhere, or you don't know?
What? That I don't know, Dan. I just heard that she officially made a decision. It was between Huntington, where both her mom and dad went and had great careers in basketball. It was between Huntington and Wesleyan, and she chose Wesleyan. Okay. I'm not sure about the coaching situation there, but yeah, she just, she has such court awareness. She can score, rebound, assist. She can post up inside, and he puts her a lot of times out top in his zone, and it's just hard to pass around her. She's just really a nice ball player. But they have other complementary pieces to go with her, obviously, or they wouldn't be where they're at.
Sure, yeah, it always takes more than one. But,
yes.
But you mentioned the 4 seniors, so they only have 4 seniors on the roster. All 4 are starters. So those 4 seniors, along with Kaylee Dillon, a 5'6" junior, and then the rest of the team's made up of several more juniors. They have 2 sophomores on the team, and I believe 1 freshman. Well, actually, one of those sophomores, I saw her playing on the JV, so that would be Hattie Herbert. She has a younger sister, Eva Herbert, who is playing on the varsity only. So, so it's certainly not a young team.
No.
1 freshman on the team and 1 or 2 sophomores is all.
The other thing that helps them this year, they got a transfer. I think it's the Cronin girl, her last name. She's a junior. She came in this year from Centerville out of Michigan, and she's been a big key for this team, coming off the bench, providing some quality minutes for him. So that certainly didn't hurt him any, having her come in.
If you have a good program, you have a good starting lineup, but if you have a bench to back you up so you can take a rest when you need it.
Yes.
We've seen, it just feels this year watching both the boys and the girls, it just seems like there's an awful lot of schools where their benches aren't very deep. They don't play a lot of players. And I have to think back on the boys' side, the years we won state, I mean, we had 10 guys that could have started.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, we could do a line change and not give up much of anything.
You're right.
That's a huge advantage when you're and I think, in my mind, especially the regional was always where it was the biggest thing, because you had to play 2 games in one day. So a deep bench is extremely helpful.
It is, And this year they made that switch.
I was going to say they switched back, because it used to be, I don't know how many years ago, it used to be the other way, where I think where regional was a 1-game thing, and then you had a 2-game semi-state, and they've gone back to that. And from what I can see from the IHSAA, what they're saying is basically they just want more regional champs. I mean, they're trying to draw more teams, more fans deeper into the tournament. And I think the thought is, if you win your regional, then you go to semi-state, you're probably going to stay for both games or all 3 games. So.
Yeah, right. It makes sense from that standpoint. Yeah.
But it is interesting where winning a regional this year could potentially mean a little less than it has in the last number of years.
Yeah, you're right. From the standpoint of having just to win 1 versus 2 games. Yeah. But that's where the depth really does have an impact, when you got to play 8 quarters, and you may only get 3-4 hours of rest if you play that second game, or 5 or 6 hours. But you know what I mean. It really makes a difference if you don't have that bench to help you out in those situations.
Right. So both teams back out on the hardwood, getting last minute, or getting ready to start. Looks like they're just getting ready to kill some time. So I think I mentioned this in my intro, but so the draw for sectional play will be this Sunday. And looking at Westview's sectional, which will be played at Central Noble. So Central Noble obviously is going to be the favorite there. They're 19-2 overall, 4-0 against conference foe, so there must be somebody they haven't played yet. Eastside has a 4-1 record within that sectional, and we're actually in third place there with a 3-1 record. So
yeah.
As my son, who's a manager, said, we've beaten three of the other
Yes.
5 teams. So.
Yes, we have, yeah.
So.
We have to play, I think, Eastside our final regular season game at their
Right.
house,
Yeah.
next week.
So Hope Miller providing the national anthem. A great rendition of our national anthem there by Westview student Hope Miller. And so we're ready to kick off the one of the schools that we probably have one of the biggest rivalries with overall. I think. Fairfield Falcons in town here. So starting for the Lady Falcons, 5'8" senior Morgan Gawthorpe. Also Bray Garber, and as you mentioned, it's coach's daughter. Kaylee Dillon, the only non-senior on the team, 5'6". Another senior, Delana Geiger, 5'5". And then Bailey Willard, 5'5" senior. Of course, her mom is a teacher at Meadowview Elementary School, I believe.
Dylan's grandfather was in Rogers' class in school. He was at Westview. I can't think of his first name, but there's that Westview connection with her. I met him last year. I wasn't aware that she was at Fairfield.
Okay. So Andrea Miller starting at point guard for Westview, 5'1". And then junior Hope Bortner, also one of the starters. I think he's pretty much kept the same starting lineup all season, except for last night he had Cam Miller starting in place of Morgan Reefsecker, who just came out. Morgan is a sophomore, has been starting all year. And then our leading scorer, I believe, Michaela Mast, a 5'10" freshman. It's great to see a freshman doing well, speaks well for the future of the program. And then senior Sarah Lapp is the other starter for Westview. And we'll be kicking off the third game, as we mentioned, of our quadruple header here this evening. Fairfield has won both the boys and girls junior varsity contest earlier this evening. And ball controlled by Fairfield. Quickly down by Gawthorpe, and Bailey takes a shot right off the bat. No good. Rebound pulled in by Fairfield, and they're going to get another try at it, and the shot's going to go up by Gawthorpe. She hits a three, starts things off for the Lady Falcons.
Offensive rebound hurt us in that situation there.
Yeah, you got a second try. That's always a good thing if you're the one getting the second try.
Yeah.
Hope dribbles into trouble, gets the shot off, but knocked out of bounds by Gawthorpe. Got her hand on that. So actually Fairfield's not, I mean, they've got a couple taller players, but three of their players look about our size. Ball lobbed out, and Graber picks it off. She's going to bring the ball down herself, down the floor, out to Bailey Willard. She's going to take another shot. This one also won't go. This time, again, pulled out of there by a Falcon. That's Geiger around the horn. Gawthorpe drives in hard, then throws it back out to Coach Ryan Yoder. I don't think he was quite eligible for that pass.
Not anymore, huh?
Yeah, not anymore. And not on the girls'
Not
floor.
on the girls' team. He doesn't have enough hair anymore, does he?
Yeah.
There's that little three-quarter court 2-2-1 pressure there.
And ball slips through Morgan's hands. She never quite got control of that. Had got through the press, but still ended up causing a turnover. So 2 turnovers for Westview already. Westview also doing a three-quarter court trap. Gawthorpe throws it in the middle. And Bailey, I thought she was going to take another one. Now she's going to pull it back. Throws it inside to Graber. Graber is going to put the shot up a little too hard off the back. No good. The follow-up shot by Geiger also missed, and Bortner pulls down the rebound for Westview.
They extend that almost out to the volleyball line, that high 2-3 zone, and it creates you're just enough further from the basket that it makes it tough to get into an offensive rhythm.
Well, the other thing that's interesting, if I look at the girls that got playing the top of that, they've got their tallest girls out top.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard to move the ball when you've got that kind of height out there on you.
Yep,
Shot by
that's
Michaela
right.
Mast, misses. Geiger pulls it down, and Willard quickly down the floor, passes it ahead to Gawthorpe. She drives all the way in. Shot partially blocked by Michaela Mast, and Westview quickly comes back the other way, but Andrea wisely holds it up a little bit. She had a 1-on-4 going. Not good odds when you're the one. Sarah's going to take a little 6-footer. No good. Geiger with the rebound into Willard. Trots it down the floor. Garber going to drive in. Kicks it back out. Gawthorpe takes a 3 and hits it again.
I just noted Geiger, is it 30?
Yeah.
They've got 5 rebounds. She has them all, and I think she's a defender and a rebounder. That's her role, and she's performing it to perfection so far.
Sarah Lapp takes a free throw.
There you go.
Gets it to go. Westview gets on the board. 5:06 to go. By the way, I apologize a little bit for that camera angle we have on the clock for you this evening as you're watching. There's a bit of a glare on it, but our wireless transmitter we were using to be able to set that camera wherever we want it is on the fritz, and we're waiting for that to get fixed. So we had to keep it here close to us.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see how we can handle this pressure here.
They came all the way down this time, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Gets across the timeline in time, but yeah, they're staying right out there. So Andrea drives in, gets it off to Sarah, kicks it out. Hope Bortner's going to take a 3. Oh, I thought she had it. No good. And we have a different Falcon with the rebound. Gawthorpe pulled it down. Across to Garber. Garber's going to drive. She's going to go. Oh, she took an extra step. She didn't get. I think she was thinking about shooting, and then she decided to pass it.
That indecision cost her.
And we have the freshman coming in, I think. She's got her hair is covering the back of her shirt. Number 3, yeah. That's Eva Herbert.
Yes.
So her mom was a teacher here at Westview for a number of years, Spanish teacher.
Yep.
Quickly down the other way. Sarah gets a shot off and can't get it to go. And that's pulled out of there by Gawthorpe. Now to Willard. Willard ahead to Garber. She's going to drive down the left side, kick it back to Willard. She's going to put up a 3, no good. Mast pulls down the rebound for Westview. She's going to bring the ball down herself.
They're launching some threes, aren't they?
They don't seem shy about that.
No.
Well, they've scored on 2 of them, but what is that, about 2 of 5 or 6 now? I'm not keeping track of the misses. Sarah picked up her dribble. She's got nowhere to go, and nobody's coming out on her. So hands it off now. Hope is going to drive in the middle, loses it. Willard picks it up. Coming the other way. Rieksecker on her, applying a little pressure. All the way around, and they're going to call Herbert for a travel.
Yep.
So I was talking to Miss Eva's parents as they came in tonight, and so she's playing varsity, and her older sister, a year older than her, is playing JV. And I asked them how that's going, and they said, "Well, I think we've got it worked out." That's rough anytime a younger sibling outdoes you in anything.
Yeah, that can be kind of.
But she's looking.
Yeah.
She's playing very well for a freshman, I'll say that. She's looking very comfortable out there, and she's actually taller than her older sister.
Just a side note, her mom, Roberta, was a senior at Goshen the year I started coaching, and we played Goshen, and she lit us up that night for 29 points. I never let her forget that. She was a gifted player at Goshen High School.
Sarah, shot no good, gets her own rebound. Got an offensive board on the long rebound. Inside to Reek sector. Bortner on the right wing. Now she's going to dribble it inside, pull it back out. Work it around the perimeter. Mast on the left side now. Kicks it back out.
Well, they only give up 29.5 points a game. Their defense is pretty tight, so you got to earn your points against this Fairfield team.
Mast gets a shot up and misses it again. Gawthorpe with the rebound, brings it down. Kicks it out. Shot being put up by Dillon. She hits a three. So they have 9 points all on threes. And is it 3 different players? No,
Gawthorpe has 2 of the 3, Yep.
So I know Mast can hit those threes, but she's tried twice for us, and she's missed everything both times, so not feeling very comfortable with her shot right now. Gawthorpe gets that rebound, and they're going to call a foul on that. She was trying to unload the ball. It's going to be.
Sometimes when you're playing a zone like they do, you're not really responsible for a specific person boxing out. But you know what? I think they do a really nice job rebounding the basketball. They find people in their area to box out. They must work on that in practice a lot because they're a pretty good rebounding team.
Cam Miller checked in during that stoppage of play. Shot by Willard was no good. Inside, Herbert puts up the left-handed shot right underneath the bucket and gets it to go. That's their first regular bucket. Go along with 3 threes. Cam Miller is the Lilly Scholarship winner for LaGrange County for this year. Hope's going to get a shot off. And nothing but net.
You give her that much time, usually she's finally going to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
She has a nice swish.
So 5-11, Westview down by 6. 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eva Herbert, the freshman with the ball, hands it off to Garber. Looks like are they gonna kill the clock for had almost 45 seconds on it, I think, when they brought it down, but looks like they're gonna go for a last shot.
Looks that way.
And I thought maybe we were just gonna let them, but we did come out and put a little pressure on her. Sarah Lapp on Garber. Garber's still dribbling now. She's going to drive in, and they're going to call a foul on the floor before the shot. It's going to be called on Sarah Lapp. That'll be her first. Michaela Mask comes back in for Hope Bortner. Bailey Willard out. Coming in for her is Natalie Whitaker, a 5'4" junior for the Lady Falcons. Garber triggers it into Eva Herbert. Eva's trying to get it back to Garber, and she turns. Steps inside. That was a nice move. Stepped right around her, yeah. Well, Garber puts it up and in, and we're running out of time, and I don't think our girls realized the end of the quarter was so near. So 13-5, Westview trailing 8. We'll take a 60-second timeout and be back with second quarter action right after this.
Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street, Topeka. Mouth-watering home-cooked goodness, all in a friendly down-home atmosphere among friends and neighbors. Different daily specials, all-you-can-eat fish twice a week, scrumptious buffets featuring our fried chicken, and then finish it off with a slice of fresh-baked pie. Eat in our large dining room or carry out at 260-593-2988 and now offering delivery within 10 miles of Topeka.
Are you looking for unlimited high-speed internet? With no contract and no credit check. No matter where you live, it's available. Bringing America together. J&R Solutions, Internet Service Provider. Call them at 574-349-7673.
And we're back. Westview will get the ball to start the second quarter of action. Andrea triggers it in and then gets the pass right back. Fairfield very content in that zone. It's really hard to pass over the top of that zone. We mentioned they've got their tallest players out top. Bounce passes will work just as well for a tall player as he will for a shorter player, and ball knocked away. Garber corrals it, hands it off, and nice sort of stutter step there by Kaylee Dillon gets an easy layup. 15-5, Westview down 10 now. Ball back across the timeline. Yeah, they're definitely going to have to. They're going to have to attack into that zone,
yeah,
and kick it back out. Reeksecker used the interior pass and kick back out. Didn't work, but it's okay to. I guess I didn't see that. Mask must have stutter stepped there.
Evidently, I didn't really see it either, but the two guards out high just seem to play fairly wide, and they almost try to force you to try to take it in the middle, and then they've got somebody there at the free throw line to meet you too. But
meanwhile, they're coming in to put the pinchers on you.
Yes, exactly.
Garber. So she really doesn't look like she's driving inside, looking for a shot inside. More of a controlling the ball, moving it around, driving in and kicking it back out. Three-pointer put up there by Whitaker is good. And that's, what do you say, that's their fourth three.
Yes, it is.
Or, yeah.
Yep, 4-3. Kind of a soft trap, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just sort of daring you to just come on in. So Andrea drives in, and that time she gets all the way through. That'll makes them pay a little bit. So Andrea gets her first points of the night. Gawthorpe down to pass is to Hall, and then she handed it off to Dillon. Dillon got the layup, got the foul, both. Foul is going to be called on Michaela Mass. (20-7).
Yeah, this Whitaker. I don't know if I said her. That's the one that came from Michigan?
Right.
Whitaker, number 4.
Centerville.
And yeah, Centerville. So she's come in here and had
5 points.
5 quick ones for
5 off the bench. Yeah. So the shot was hard off the back of the iron. They're calling a lane violation on Westview. I didn't see who stepped across too soon, but she gets to try again. And this time it was back of the iron again, but soft enough that it still fell in. So she capitalizes on that error by Westview. So we better get going. We're going to run out of time here. And made it across. And Garber strips it out of Sarah Lapp's hand. She's going to go all the way in. Oh, she put it up right-handed on the left side. No good, but the rebound pulled out of there by Dillon and working it around the perimeter again. Whitaker driving inside, pulls it back out. Garber. Gawthorpe's going to take the 3. She's hit 2 of those already off the back of the iron. Bortner chases it down. So yeah, on the missed shot, they're dropping back and not pressing, but anything they make, it looks like they're going to have at least a 3/4 court trap. Andrea drives inside again. Michaela wide open for the three. No good. Bortner with the rebound. Garber going for the rebound and ran right over Andrea, but going for the ball, no call made. Sarah Lapp manages to chase it down for Westview. Westview getting set up again. So we're getting threes, we're getting shots off, we're just not getting any of them to drop. Well, I guess we had Bortner got one to drop.
Yeah, that's the only one at this point.
Working.
I think it's a little bit of an intimidation factor. Sometimes you wonder playing a team like this. Oh, they're taking a timeout here.
All right, so we'll take a 30-second timeout as well.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 rated reliability of Kubota compact tractors so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select 84 months and save up to $1,400.
And we're back here at Westview High School. I believe they are having homecoming between the games. At least my daughter tells me there's a homecoming dance after the games tonight. So I think that's happening between the games. So I guess that might mean the boys' game might be delayed just a little bit.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I do know they're having the 5th and 6th grade girls playing at halftime here, the girls' game this evening.
Garber picks off that pass ahead to Herbert. Herbert spins, kicks it back out. Garber to Willard, kicks it down to Gawthorpe. She's going to drive. And now she's going to force up the shot inside. No good, but picked out of there by Geiger again. And what'd you say? She has about 5 or 6 rebounds?
I think 6, yeah.
Puts that one right back up and in. A lot of people fussing a little bit about that play, but until you have both feet and the ball across that center stripe, you can go back as many times as you want. And Garber's long arms there. She just picked another one up. Herbert's going to get a layup on the right side, puts it up and in.
Yeah, Garber, she's not doing much scoring tonight, but boy, she's disrupting. She's having a field day on defense, creating turnovers and kind of jump-starting their transition game.
So yeah, right now, freshman Herbert's in there with her, and they're going to call Rieksecker for a travel. Not getting that ball on the floor quick enough. Sarah Lapp comes back in for Andrea. Garber, is that her first rest of the night? Possibly.
I think
Dylan's back in.
Yep, I think so.
So I think he's playing 8 or 9 though. Herbert. Willard with the ball on the right wing. Herbert up top. Back over on the right side. Dillon drives, puts the shot up. So she's going to get 2 shots out of that. The shot obviously didn't drop. So they're going to call that on Morgan Rieksecker.
Second. Yeah, playing that zone they've been playing. They haven't committed a team foul yet, have they?
No, I don't think so. 4 on Westview. Dillon gets that one to drop in. And we've got Whitaker coming in for Gawthorpe for the Lady Falcons. Second shot. And that's what she did on the first one. Almost too short, but just enough to get it to bounce on up and over the rim.
The shooter's touch, I guess.
Having a little trouble getting across the line again. Sarah's going to run out of time, gets it across. Cam with the ball, down to Rieksecker. Rieksecker drives inside. Nice pass inside to Cam. Mast takes a shot. She's been shooting the other shots long, so she looks like she adjusted a little too much and she left it short. Willard passes up the shot. Herbert, top of the key, across to Whitaker. Dillon cuts inside. They're going to let her go on through. Very patiently working the ball around the perimeter. Whitaker with a nice behind the back dribble. Now Willard's going to take a 3. It's going to be left and short. Andrea Miller back in for Westview, comes in for Cam. And
Willard's having an off night at this point, but she's very capable of hitting her next 4 in a row.
Right,
She's a gifted shooter for sure. Just isn't on at this point yet.
So before she even got to high school, I got to see her play sometimes. She showed up for some of our 3-on-3 tournaments over the years. Jaislyn Hall checked in there during that timeout. So I sort of think they've had 10 or 11 girls in there doing a nice job rotating.
Yes, he is.
Garber's still out. 1 minute to go here. Sarah, nice fake. Passes it to Reek Secker. She had to chase it back down. Ball across, and I think it was, okay, maybe not. Thought maybe one of the Falcons had tipped it. But if they did, we must have touched it afterwards. Turnover Westview. Herbert triggers it in to Dillon. 49 seconds to go. It'll be interesting to see. Last time, at the end of the first quarter, they killed most of the last 3/4 of a minute. Dillon just dribbling around up front. Nobody's really moving anywhere, so I think that must be the plan here as well.
Yeah. Probably unless they get a layup ahead of time, they're just going to work it down for one.
Well, Herbert looks a lot like her mom, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Drives it.
Oh,
nice.
Beautiful pass.
Hall, who just come in, gets to score. And that's the end of the first quarter. Westview down 7-29. Heading to the locker room to see what we can do to retool things. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout to take a look at stats and maybe see some 5th and 6th grade girls basketball action. Is that what you said? Who are you playing?
Yeah, that's the plan, I believe.
All right, so we'll be back here in just a couple minutes at LaGwanamedia.com.
Home improvement supplies for your home, RV, or manufactured home don't have to cost an arm and a leg. Here's a secret the big box stores don't want you to know. Emma Warehouse has the products you need at below retail prices, including windows, doors, trim, furnaces, flooring, hardware, paint, and more. Emma Warehouse is located 6 miles west of LaGrange in downtown Emma. Call 260-593-2769 for more information.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Pizza Depot on South Jefferson Street in Millersburg features delicious pizza and breadsticks, along with fresh salads. Dine-in, carry-out, and delivery are all available at Pizza Depot. Pizza Depot, 104 South Jefferson Street in Millersburg. 574-642-4229.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Pizza Depot in Millersburg, featuring chicken pesto pizza as their January pizza of the month. So we got some 5th, 6th grade girls action out here. I think you've got a granddaughter out there, don't you, Randy?
Yep. Wendy, my daughter, has a 6th grader.
And
Faith, yep.
Coach Ryan Yoder's daughter just took a shot. Hadley, is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah, so
very gifted player, yep.
I know a couple of these girls.
Uh-huh.
And do you have some niece, not let's see, that would be your brother's got a granddaughter out there too, doesn't he? Or
yeah, that would be Jared's daughter,
Yeah,
Reese.
yeah.
Reese, uh-huh.
so
Yep.
I assume you might know. Oh, and I see Sarah Bontrager's out there.
And I think Antel, little Antel is out here. Alexis, she was a very gifted softball pitcher for Westview. She's out here too on the white team, the little one on the other side here, black hair.
Okay, and the
It's
one
a lot of energy.
The one that just scored, is that Kelly Bontrager's daughter?
Yes, that's right. You're right.
Olivia.
Olivia.
Yeah. boy,
Yeah, I don't know all of them, but there's a number of them we see that we recognize.
Oh, Hadley goes for the basket
All the
all the way
way.
down, up and in. Okay, well, taking a look at the halftime stats. What do you got for us, Randy?
Okay. We'll start with Westview. There's certainly not much scoring to talk about. We had only 5 points first quarter, a bucket in the second quarter for a total of 7. Andrea Miller has 1 basket for 2. Hope Warner has a 3-pointer for 3, and Sarah Lapp has a basket for 2. We didn't even attempt any free throws that quarter. For Fairfield, Herbert, the freshman, came in and has a total of 4 points and two baskets. Whitaker came in off the bench and had, in the second quarter, had a 3, a 2, and a free throw for 6. Gawthorpe, is that the way you pronounce it?
Well, that's how I'm pronouncing it. I'm not,
yeah.
hope that's right.
She had 2 threes early for 6. Garber has a basket for 2. Dillon has 7 on a 3, a 2-pointer, and then 2 for 2 at the foul line. Geiger a basket for 2, and Willard a basket for a total of 2 points. And rebounding, I unofficially had Fairfield out-rebounding us 13-5.
So that sounds about right from what we were seeing out there.
So it is one-sided, which we knew it would be a tough battle tonight, and Fairfield's living up to its up to their reputation at this point so far.
We're being a little distracted by the action out here. It's too bad we don't know all the names here. We could be doing some
Do a little play-by-play. Yeah.
Some future Warrior action, Lady Warriors here.
Yeah.
So 5th and 6th graders. So I guess we'd be looking at
the 5th graders are in white.
Oh, okay. So they're actually playing by grade.
I think they are. Yep.
Hadley's got a nice quick crossover dribble there, getting open with that. Oh, and so
She
does she.
does.
Who's that? Do you know who that number 10 is? Shot by Hadley's no good. Sarah Bontrager gets the rebound.
Judge Vanderbeck. I think that's his granddaughter.
Okay.
I can't tell you her name, but you know I mean from Lakeland or from
yeah.
LaGrange.
Yeah,
LaGrange.
yeah.
Yep.
Scott Vanderbeck.
Yes.
Yeah. Years ago, I got used to play some Friday morning basketball. Goodness, that's been 30 years ago. I think. He used to play down at Topeka. Harold Gingrich.
Yeah.
Scott Vanderbeck used to come in and play with us. That's where I first got to know him.
Yeah.
Hadley pulls the ball away.
Yep.
So again, a reminder, my understanding is there will be homecoming activities between the games. So we'll try to keep the camera going on those, and so maybe we'll let the post-game show of the girls' game go on through that, if that is indeed the case, and then we'll cut it off and then start the boys' game as soon as the halftime or the homecoming activities end. So second half, we got a big hole to climb out of, and I mean we haven't done anything to force Fairfield to get out of that zone. They've been playing the zone the whole game, and and is it right there were no fouls called on them that entire half? So
yeah, they had none. It was a quick half of basketball. I think we only had 4. Is that what you had?
Yeah. When I'm doing the play-by-play, I'm having a hard time keeping any stats.
Yes.
So all I know is from what I see and up on the board and or remember.
Yeah. But yeah, that zone it's kind of deceiving. I mean they like to go from that that three-quarter court 2-2-1, put a little pressure, and then once you finally break that, I mean, you've already extended some energy and focus, and now you got to regroup and go attack it again. And it's just something you don't see in practice. It's hard to practice against that, especially like you said with the 6'1" girl up top.
Well, and then
they really cover gaps really well, and they move really. When you watch the ball move, all 5 people are moving, so when that ball is to the next person, they're ready to meet you at that level then, and then it starts all over. They really move well as a unit in that zone. At times it almost appears like you're playing against 7 instead of 5. And it makes it tough to penetrate that zone. So if you're not hitting from outside, it presents a real challenge to score against it.
So I guess the reality is, if we'd have hit a few more of our shots, that I mean, if you hit some shots from outside, it might force them to play something different.
Yes.
But
I don't know. It'd be interesting to know out of the minutes they played this year, what % of the minutes they have not been in a zone. But I have seen on only a few occasions where a team really was hitting, and Brody actually went to man-to-man, but it's extremely rare. He has a lot of confidence in that zone, and his team does too. You can tell they do.
Well, if you understand the zone and you understand what you're supposed to do, and like you said, every time there's a pass made, if all five players are already making that shift, that's difficult to get through there.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe we'll take another timeout here, 1 minute timeout, and then we'll be back for second half action of the Westview Fairfield Girls NECC contest here at Westview High School.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Hyde Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Hyde Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail, so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Hyde Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204.
And we're back here at Westview High School. Coach Yoder deciding to use the time to keep talking to the girls. Doesn't have them out shooting. Minute and a half to go before the start of the quarter. Fairfield's out here working on three-point shots the way it looks, and I see here that a fair number of them going in, including, it looks like Bailey Willard's got it dialed in, so we'll see what happens when she gets back out there. But like you said, I don't think she's hit yet during the game tonight. But
no,
she
not
obviously
yet.
can, and looks like there's a fair number of them that can shoot from out there.
Yep, and you always hope teams from your conference do well in the postseason. You know, you'd like to see them make a run if they can. It'll be interesting. They got you said, I wasn't aware. That's nice for them. They host their sectional. Is that correct?
I believe that's what. I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I know they used to often when they used to host the girls sectional when they were in 2A. And I had Jerry looking some things up for me after I got here. I forgot to look some of these stats up and things, but I'm pretty sure he said that Fairfield will actually be hosting a 3A section.
Okay. They're in with like Northwood, Tippy Valley, West Noble. I mean, there's some good teams traditionally in that. Lakeland's in there. Yeah,
Fairfield, Lakeland, Wawasee, Northwood, and West Noble. So there's only 5 teams.
So Tippy Valley isn't in there this year. Okay.
So actually, Fairfield's 4-0 against their sectional opponents. The next best is Lakeland at 2-1.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So I would guess they would be the favorites in that sectional. Fairfield gets the ball to start things off, and Garber hits a three from about 2 or 3 feet behind the arc.
She wants to join the party tonight too, huh? That's her first three.
Yeah, she scored inside, but yeah, hadn't scored from the outside. So how many threes is that now? Is that 6
I think
or
that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It seems like more than 5.
My goodness.
Yeah.
It does seem. So
They had 4 the first half.
Well, didn't they have 4 in the first quarter? So maybe they didn't have any in the second quarter, or did they?
I had them for 3 the first
Okay, so
quarter and
3
1 the second. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yep.
inside to Garber. She's got quite a size advantage inside there. She just posted up and went right on over the top.
Yeah. That part of her game is, I think they've started to develop that as she's gotten older, which, you know, you don't blame them. If she's got that ability in her height, and she's got some nice footwork. I think footwork she is really good at around the basket.
So the plan in college is she looking to be more of a ball handler? Do you know? Or?
You know, that will be interesting. I do not know where they would have her slotted to play at that level.
That can change sometimes. If you're the tallest girl on the team in high school, get to college, that might not be the case. You might go from being the center to being a guard if you can handle the ball.
Yeah.
Garber gets her own rebound, kicks it out. Willard's going to take her first shot in the second half, and
there she goes.
Nothing but net.
Yep. Yeah, with her, it's probably just a matter of time. She's just so gifted at that 15 to 18 footer.
Westview working it around the perimeter. Lap, nice drive inside, steps through, gets it up and in.
Nice baseline drive. That's her bread and butter. And it's good to see her get her second one here tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's the first Warrior to have more than one basket. Gawthorpe across to Willard, lobs it into Garber. Works inside, puts up, off the backboard and in. She makes that look pretty easy, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Nice spin move inside. So Westview's trying to figure out how to attack here again. Sarah usually does a nice job of driving. She likes to drive inside. Secker gets it back out of trouble deep down in the corner. And again, it is funny how they do that. It looks like she's just daring her to drive in there.
Yeah.
Hope tries to front her, but Garber with the extra height just up and over her.
It's a quick 9 points for her this half already.
So she's scored as many here in this quarter as we have the entire game.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely using her height and her abilities to her advantage here.
It's almost like they're trying to keep us on one side of the court, and they come back. Garber tries to overplay to keep the ball on without us reversing the basketball.
Right. That's what. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It looks like she's just daring you to drive in instead of going on around the perimeter with the pass. You're right.
A lot of times, if you can't reverse the ball, it really does disrupt your offensive patterns, and they're doing a nice job of that tonight.
Yeah, they got the ball over to the other side.
They did now.
They'll probably do the same thing over here.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, whipped the ball around the perimeter quickly there. Had just a split second there where they were still getting in position, but it did not take them long to get back set in there.
No, they anticipate extremely well, don't they?
Pass down the head to Gawthorpe. She puts it up, no good, but Mast is going to get called for the foul. And that's going to put Gawthorpe at the line to shoot a couple.
Yep.
See, they've been, so what kind of percentage are they shooting from the line?
So far they are 3 for 3. Whitaker had a 3-point play. And Dillon hit 2. Remember, she banged them front, back to the rim, and both went in.
Yeah, both of them. Front of the rim and up and over.
So they're 4 for 4 at this point. She hit the first one here.
Cam Miller checks in for Westview. Freshman Michaela Mask gets a breather. And she makes it 5 for 5 from the line. I'm going to try the right side this time. And ball picked off. And Garber drives inside, gets a nice pass to Geiger. Geiger puts it up and then gets fouled.
They're kind of putting on a clinic at this point, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So that foul's called on Hope Mortner. Will be her first 2 on Westview. Still no fouls called on Fairfield. And she misses. That's the first miss for the Falcons from the line. Still trying to figure out how to get an open shot here.
Yeah.
And we have a new face in the line. Taylor, Audrey Taylor comes in for Westview, comes in for Reek Secker. I'm not quite sure who all came in, but we've got Whitaker and Hall, Garber, Herbert, and Gawthorpe out there for the Falcons, and Garber just picked off another pass. Gawthorpe over to Herbert. Herbert puts up a 3 and puts it in. Let's all take a turn hitting a 3.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, and ball pulled out of there. Didn't quite let him have the clean steal. It was what I call a half turnover there.
I guess.
Have that alternating possession.
Yeah.
I always figure if you're the one with the ball and you end up with a tie-up, you should call it at least a half
Yes,
a turnover.
yes.
Even if you get it back. Sarah, nice spin move inside, couldn't get it to go. Fighting for her own rebound, can't quite handle it. Whitaker brings it down for the Falcons. So we've moved into the mercy rule section, so the clock's not going to stop anymore.
That's right.
Except for timeouts, free throws, and end of the third quarter. I believe those or any injury official timeouts. So I guess any timeouts. Whitaker with the ball, looking inside. Gawthorpe cuts inside. And I think she'll be shooting. So at this point, the clock's still running. I think once they hand her the ball, okay, now they've stopped it. Or maybe once he officially makes the call. Do you know when they stop the clock on a shooting foul? Because it kept bouncing, kept clicking down until he actually made the call. I think as soon as he officially had the call and they said it was a shooting foul, then they stopped the clock.
Is it 30 or 35 points? Do you know what it is in high school?
I think it's 30.
30, okay.
Because we were thinking it was 25. I was watching the game the other night, but we never quite got there. Oh, it was with LaVille.
Okay.
So it's not 25. I know that.
Yeah, I was thinking
so it's either 30 or 35.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's 30, though.
Yeah.
So without without Garber in there, so they lose a little bit of height out front there.
Yeah, they just extend that zone way beyond the three-point line, even with this second-tier players in here.
But it does seem to make a difference without Garber out there and the extra wingspan.
Yeah,
we were able to get some, or maybe just the experience of her knowing where to play. Because let's see, they had Dillon filling that spot, and she was staying further in. She wasn't coming out as far and stopping the rotation around the top.
The reversal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like Westview's putting on a little pressure and causing them to move the ball a little faster than they had earlier, but they still ended up scoring. So we hit the end of the third quarter, 9-51. We'll be right back on LaGwanamedia.com.
Dry Forest Wood Products in Shipshewana offers high-quality lumber drying with their vacuum kiln drying process. At Dry Forest, we believe in valuing the life of a tree. by respecting its integrity and enjoying its natural beauty. Dry Forest Wood Products with over 40 years of lumber drying experience. Located at 4325 North, 675 West in Shipshewana. Call 260-768-7714.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
And we're back here, Westview High School. Lakeland. Lakeland has the ball. They're not here. Fairfield had triggered in. I think there was one tie-up during that third quarter, so they'll get to start this quarter as well. And as we mentioned, the mercy rule means the clock keeps running, will not stop unless there's a shooting foul or a timeout. Lob inside, Garber wide open, puts it off the back of the glass a little too hard. Sarah Lapp ends up pulling it out of there for Westview.
There's a rare miss for her within 2 feet of the basket. Well, I guess we'll take any break we can get right now.
We absolutely will, yeah. So Sarah drives inside and had a no-look bounce pass off to Audrey. Audrey wasn't expecting it, I don't think.
It's interesting. It'd be interesting to talk to Garber to see what his philosophy is. But anytime we get inside that three-point line and we put it on the floor, it's almost like they got two people there to double us or really make life miserable. I mean, it's airtight once you get inside that three-point line.
Willard looks to drive inside. Garber's going to take a three. She was too close earlier.
Yeah.
That's why she missed. Step back behind the three-point line. Garber was doing a nice job there, anticipating where Sarah's going to go with that pass. She was looking, definitely watching the ball handler, watching their eyes, seeing where they're looking to pass. Lap, ball deflected on her pass.
Yep.
Yeah. Dillon puts up a three, no good. Garber got the rebound along with three Warriors. Rieksecker comes back in for Westview, comes in for Lapp. Three new players on the Falcons side. So we got Herbert, Dillon, Willard, Whitaker, and Geiger out there right now.
They dare her to drive there. You could drive a truck through that. They dare you to drive there, but they collapse pretty quickly.
Well, like you said, so right now Bailey Willard's in the middle
She's
there.
right.
She's going to come up and meet you,
Yeah.
and the two on the sides are just you're going to be right in the middle of three Falcons as soon as you drive in there. So you either have to have plans to keep going right on through,
Yeah.
or else it's not a good place to be.
Yeah. Yep.
So Andrea, thought she might take a shot there. Going to pull it back out. Well, Andrea there, she drove inside, and all of a sudden she had three Falcons around her. Willard at top of the key. Across to Dillon, down to Geiger. Geiger, shot no good. Taylor pulls down the rebound for Westview.
Let's see if we can get into double digits here. It's just tough to penetrate this, but Andrea's doing her best. Boy, she's going to have nightmares tonight probably, thinking of these girls 6'8" inches taller than her.
Yeah.
Or what does she give up to Herbert? Close to a foot, doesn't she?
Well, she's 5'1". Yeah, so
yeah,
11 inches.
Yeah. Yep. It's interesting. Both Herbert and Dylan are both kind of in that same body mode. They're not as tall as Herbert, but they're lanky and they have long reaches too.
Right.
So even when she's not in the game, they present a problem.
Herbert's 3 rattles in and back out. Fairfield offensive rebound. Geiger up top. Across to Willard. Herbert, Whitaker. Passes up the 3. Back to Willard. She's going to take the 3. And drills it.
I think that's their 9th now as a team. I have.
They just did a full-scale, or a full line change there. Oh, and he's calling a timeout to get the girls in. I think some of the JV players are going to get some playing time, and Westview's doing that as well.
Yeah.
Looks like maybe Shanna Miller. Can't quite tell who he's got going in there, but Shanna had played earlier during the JV contest. 3:39 to go here, and let's see. Actually, I guess, well, 23, Zoe Miller. This is her first appearance, I believe, in the varsity game.
Sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yep.
And so, yeah, Shanna Miller came in, as did
JJ
Whetstone.
Whetstone. She's a freshman. Whetstone? I believe so.
Yes.
Yep.
So 2 freshmen out there right now for Westview. Oh, Shanna's a sophomore, right?
Yes, sophomore,
And Audrey Taylor.
She is a junior, yep.
Michaela Mast, there she goes.
There she goes.
And we move into double digits.
First points of the night for a leading scorer.
Yeah, she had, I mean, she didn't just miss by a little, she's missed her shots pretty badly, so something was getting her off her normal rhythm.
Yeah.
Fairfield working the ball around. So yeah, I don't think they have any of their starters in there right now. That shot's long by Whitaker. Mask pulls it out of there, brings it down herself for Westview. Whetstone passes it inside to Shanna Miller. Hope Bortner puts up a 3, no good. Pulled out of there by Whitaker. Looking for somewhere to unload it, gets it right back from Hall. A couple more JV players going to get some varsity action here for Westview. Miss Corey. What's the younger? Can't remember what her name is. A 3 put up off the back of the iron, no good.
It's rebound by JJ.
Mass takes another 3. She gets fouled on this shot, so she's going to get the
3 shots.
So again, I'm going to watch the clock. Still clicking, still clicking, still clicking. And now they stop it.
Now they stop it, yeah. These are our first free throws of the night. It's hard to believe. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, so Bree Corey is getting set to check in. Of course, they'll have to wait till 2 shots are done. And the other Herbert gals coming in from the JV for the Falcons. Now they can come in. Number 11, there was that's Savannah Cronin for the Falcons. And so, yeah, Bree Corey came in, as did, she's coming in for the shooter. Coming in for Westview is Maddie Grossman.
Grossman, 40,
also a freshman.
6-foot freshman.
So pretty young out there right now. In fact, all 5 of these girls played on the no, not Taylor didn't, but the other 4 all played in the JV contest for Westview. Herbert loses the ball. Irvin Raber does a nice job blocking the ball from going out of bounds, or out of the building, out of the room anyway. Whetstone brings the ball down. Crosses the center line. The JV girls for Westview had about the same trouble as the varsity girls did. Shot by Grossman, hits both sides of the basket, but wouldn't go down for her. Whitaker with the ball up top. Just under a minute to go now. Shot's going to be put up there and made
23
by
Miller.
Zoe Miller, sophomore. So Whetstone brings it down. Inside debris, no good. Knocked loose. Whitaker pulls that out of there. Natalie Whitaker pulls it out of there for the Falcons. So 30 seconds to go. Looks like maybe the Falcons might be okay with just killing the clock. Herbert with the ball out in center circle. Taylor's just going to let her hold it. And 9 seconds to go, so Westview drops this one 14-59. They'll be back in action against Eastside next week, and then we'll be looking at sectional action, which we'll be following however far they go. So we'll take a break, come back with some stats, and see if they have some homecoming activities for us. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
Are you looking for unlimited high-speed internet? With no contract and no credit check. No matter where you live, it's available. Bringing America together. J&R Solutions, Internet Service Provider. Call them at 574-349-7673.
We're back at Westview High School. They're getting ready to start homecoming. And Randy, maybe you can run through the scoring real quick, and then we'll keep the camera on the homecoming court.
Okay, yep. All right, for Westview, 14 points tonight. Sarah Lapp had 4. Mast had 5, all in the last quarter. Bortner had a 3-pointer, and Andrew Miller 2, for a total of 14 for victorious Fairfield Falcons. Herbert, the younger one, had a total of 7 points tonight. Whitaker had 6. Next line, Gunthorpe had a total of 9. The leading scorer ended up being Garber with 14. Miller came in late and had a basket for 2. Dillon had 9. Geiger had 4. Willard had 2 threes in the second half for 6. And Hall came in and had a basket for 2 for a total of 59 for Fairfield.
All right, so the freshman attendance this year, Kristen Bender and Hunter Egley just made their way across the floor. It looks like last year's winner, last year's king and queen was Hunter's older brother, Graham Egley, and Jasmine Bontrigger. So I'm not sure what all they're announcing about them. They had quite a bit to say about it. So the sophomore representatives, Morgan Rich and Silas Harr, and we'll see if we can, I'll just be quiet and see if we can pick it up from Thad's announcement.
Silas is the son of Daryl and Crystal Harlow Benedict. His main activity here at Westview is golf. In his free time, he golfs. When he grows up, he likes to golf. And his future plans are to golf. In a perfect world, according to science, Morgan would be over 5 feet tall. The junior representatives are Mariah Bontrager, escorted by Micah Miller.
So junior representatives Mariah Bontrager and Micah Miller.
At Westview, she's involved in cheer and attends Impact for cosmetology. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends and likes being outside, riding four-wheelers and hunting. When she grows up, she would love to one day own her own hair salon. Her future plans are to get married soon after high school, be a licensed cosmetologist, and be a mom. In a perfect world, according to Mariah, she would be taller than her little brother. Micah is the son of Jonas and Kristen Miller of LaGrange. At Westview, he plays basketball and baseball. In his free time, Micah enjoys spending time with family and friends, riding dirt bikes and hanging out with his girlfriend. When he grows up, Micah wants to be the owner of his own business. His future plans are to get married after high school and start a family. Micah plans to take over the family business and hopefully not run it into the ground, because that would be bad. He also wants to build his dream truck someday. In a perfect world, according to Micah, he could drink as many Red Bulls and eat as much junk food as he wanted. Representing the first...
So the senior class will have 3 couples, and then they'll be announcing the winners from that. The first couple is Ella Clark and Jethro Hostetler.
Ella is a member of several clubs at Westview, including NHS and AHS, Student Council, Dynamic Sensations, and is also the senior class president. In her free time, Ella enjoys traveling and spending time with family, friends, and animals. And when she grows up, she wants to be involved in equine therapy to help counsel little kids. In the future, she plans to attend a Christian university to study both business and counseling. Ella believes in a perfect world, Westview would get a new PA system so people in the audience could actually hear what is being announced. Some words of wisdom to the underclassmen: make the most out of high school because it truly does go fast. Jethro Hostetler is the son of Kenneth and Vera Hostetler of Michiana. Jethro is active in National Honor Society, Dynamic Sensations, tennis, and basketball. In his free time, Jethro likes to play guitar and dilly-dally around with his friends. When Jethro grows up, he'd like to be known as a former Westview varsity basketball player. Jethro was planning to go into the workforce after high school. In a perfect world, according to Jethro, everyone would sleep with a box fan. Jethro's advice to underclassmen is to make the most out of high school and try not to drop your colored pencils in the hall. Our next senior representatives are Stacy Stutzman.
The second set of senior representatives, Stacy Stutzman and Ethan Hibbs.
Stacy Stutzman is the daughter of Dave and Becky Stutzman of Middlebury. Stacy is involved in cross-country, soccer, jump rope, the Women Warriors, track and field, Dynamic Sensations, NHS and AHS, Student Council, plus and musicals. In her free time, Stacy enjoys running, watching movies with her families, and playing Minecraft. When Stacy grows up, she'd like to be an elementary education teacher and plans to go to college to pursue a degree in elementary education. She also hopes to continue her track and field career. According to Stacy, in a perfect world, her phone wouldn't always be dead. Stacy's words of wisdom to the underclassmen is to slow down and enjoy your youth. The future will always be there, but this mere days, class celebration, dances, and games won't. Ethan Hibbs is the son of Flip and Cindy Hibbs of LaGrange. Ethan is an active member of jazz band, Dynamic Sensations, the musical, marching band, NHS, and is the varsity tennis manager. In his free time, Ethan loves to play the guitar and drums, working on his 78 Chevy truck, and goofing with the boys. Ethan would like to be a mechanical engineer and plans to attend college at IUPUI and get a job in the automotive industry. In a perfect world, according to Ethan, there would be no war, but also hotels would serve breakfast at 10 o'clock. Ethan's advice to the students of Westview is to try new things, to never limit yourself, but please don't stand in the dead center of the hallway during passing period. Representing the last couple of senior
And the third couple for the senior class,
Brady Yoder.
Paige Schwartz and Brady Yoder.
Paige is the daughter of Jim Schwartz and Brady Weaver and Stephen Weaver of Shipshewana. At Westview, Paige plays soccer and is a member of the National Art Honor Society. In her free time, Paige enjoys hanging out with friends. Her future plans are to graduate and to go to school to be a real estate agent. In a perfect world, according to Paige, everyone would give her all of their money. Paige's word of wisdom to underclassmen is don't do drugs. Brady is the son of Russ and Elise Yoder and Chrissy and Travis Miller of Topeka. Brady is a member of the basketball and soccer team. In his free time, Brady likes to lift weights and have fun with his friends. When Brady grows up, he'd like to be a farmer in the family business, and he plans to go right into the workforce after high school. In a perfect world, according to Brady, everyone would get along. His advice to Westview students is to find a group of friends that makes high school fun. And now please welcome last year's King and Queen.
And last year's King and Queen, Jasmine Bontrager and Graham Egley.
Jasmine is the daughter of Willie and Mary Bontrager of Shipshewana. Jasmine is currently her own boss and is working as a photographer. She spends her time taking real estate photos, senior pictures of couples, weddings, and family photos. Her 5-year plan is to build her photography business, get married, and open a ceramics studio ministry for young girls and women. The thing she misses most about Westview's ceramics class, Dynamic Sensations. Her advice to all Westview students is to quit waiting on your friends to do the things you want to do. If you enjoy it, then just do it. Graham Egley is the son of JJ and Stacey Egley of Wilkinville. He is currently playing soccer at Bethel University and is working toward a degree in Christian ministries. In his 5-year plan, Graham plans to graduate from college, get married, and hopefully coach soccer. In his free time, Graham enjoys hanging out with friends and playing soccer. The one thing he misses about being a student at Westview is the simplicity of high school, as well as being part of the soccer and golf teams. His advice to the Westview students is to take your time to appreciate your everyday life. Even if you don't enjoy high school, enjoy the little things. And now on behalf of the High School Council, we would like to announce the Westview High School's 2022-2023
59-14.
Congratulations to Ella Clark and Jethro Hussetter.
So the 2023 homecoming King and Queen are Ella Clark and Jethro Hostetler. Congratulations to both of them. So again, in the girls' game tonight, Westview fell short. 14-59 was the final score. Following this game, we will be bringing you the boys' varsity contest. Tonight's game sponsor was Weaver Furniture Sales with 2 locations in Shipshewana. The evening's game was also brought to you by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Also by Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka, Stutzman Power Equipment in Shipshewana, by Height Auto Body in LaGrange, by Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, also Dry Forest Wood Products in Shipshewana, by LaGwana, your local creative services provider, by Animal Care Clinic of Topeka, also Avail Portable Toilet and Sink Rentals, by Jerry Standard Service of Middlebury, by Topeka Pharmacy, also the Van Buren Hotel in Shipshewana, by Emma Warehouse, and by Ben's Pretzels in Shipshewana. Tonight's game was a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. For Randy Yoder doing color commentary this evening, Jeremy Anderson running the board for us, and Chris Mast on the camera, this is Dan Byler. Goodbye.